It's been 1 year since a gunman opened fire inside a mosque in Quebec City, killing 6 people. It was an act that stunned Canadians and forced a national conversation about racism and intolerance in this country.
Well, it's important because, we see some atrocities happening in the city, and we can imagine it happening to anybody. And it's an incredibly sad event, and we want to make sure that we're here to show support and solidarity with the families and the whole community who's suffering, as far as I can tell.
Tonight in Quebec City, a show of solidarity. A multi-faith ceremony brought people together on the eve of the anniversary. The shooting that happened a year ago tomorrow. Just after the start of evening prayers at the Grand Mosque, an armed, masked man entered and opened fire. 6 people were killed. Many more were injured.
I saw several bodies inside. It's a complete shock.
The victims were friends and neighbors, IT professionals, a professor, a grocer, and a pharmacist assistant. All 6 men were fathers. Many were community leaders. Charged with their murders, 27-year-old Alexandre Bissonnette. Friends said they knew he had far-right leanings, but never suspected he could be capable of this. His trial begins in March. The shooting prompted vigils and marches in support of the mosque and at least the start of a discussion about tolerance.
When I say that words matter, it means that words can hurt. Words can be knives slashing at people's conscience.
Indeed, words are powerful, and those gathered at the multi-faith ceremony in Quebec City tonight are hoping their words have power too. Jayla Bernstein was at that ceremony. Jayla, what was the message tonight?
Well, the message and the word that we keep hearing in the context of this anniversary is unity. And as 200 to 300 people filed into this arena tonight for a multi-faith ceremony, that's what members of the public were talking about. That's also what religious leaders were talking about, saying they all wanted to be in one space together tonight on the eve of that tragedy to show their solidarity with Quebec City's Muslim community. So tonight's ceremony included representations, addresses, as well as music from various faith communities. We heard from the Indigenous community, the Catholic community, the Anglican community, as well as the Jewish and Muslim communities. And we spoke with 2 representatives to ask them what kind of message they're hoping tonight's event will send.
We don't mind if it's a Muslim, it's a Jew, you are a human, and that's important.
It's an opportunity for us to state once again and together that we are religions of peace and goodwill and justice, and that we can coexist and live aside one another in peace and hold that up as an example to the rest of this city.
The actual anniversary is tomorrow, of course, Jayla. What is planned for a memorial of some kind there?
So tomorrow there's a vigil planned to be held near the mosque. We're expecting to hear from several dignitaries, including Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is going to give a speech, as well as Premier Philippe Couillard. We're also expecting to hear from the Mayor of Quebec City, as well as the Mayor of Montreal. And then after those speeches, there'll be a short walk over to the mosque where people can leave any sort of tributes, candles, cards to show their solidarity with the members of the mosque.